Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining me in this meditation on an extremely important subject of embracing vulnerability. This guided meditation will help you widen your perception of this subject and hopefully allow you to recognize what you already have, your innate inner strength, your ability to be grounded in your truth, honesty and integrity, and above all to be empowered, not to look externally, but to look internally. So if you've struggled with emotional vulnerability, you're not alone. Many people try and build up emotional shields and walls to protect themselves from pain and disappointment. But you know this never works. This will not work. This cannot work. And so, in this meditation, we can take one small step and explore the first dismantling of these walls of protection to enjoy a more meaningful life. A life with more fun. So if you're ready to begin, let's take a few moments to find that meditative state. As you know, if you've been on my meditations before, don't overcomplicate it. Just find a comfortable place to sit or lie. Try not to be disturbed. And just, with me, become the observer. As you settle down, one of the easiest things to do is just observe your breath, the rhythm of your breath, the depth of your breathing. And I love to acknowledge the cooperation between your breath and your body. As you breathe in, notice your chest rising and falling. And without you having to do anything, you may have already noticed that you begin to breathe deeper, calmer. And with a little bit of practice, you'll find a rhythm, a natural rhythm. Do not force, do not control. Just allow yourself to align with your rhythm that's unique to you, like the beat of your heart or the pulse in your wrist. You can go as soft and as relaxed that's right for you today. Be happy to shuffle around, reposition, that your head is floating on your shoulders. Can you drop your shoulders so your biceps are relaxed, your arms and your hands? Notice how that helps your breath. Notice how this cooperation, this is your flow. This is your birthright. This soft wave of receiving and letting go. Breathing in with calm and releasing and trusting the next breath will be there for you as you breathe in again. Perhaps you can relax your jawline so your teeth are not clenched. Perhaps you can begin to experiment and relax your diaphragm so your breath becomes even deeper. only if you're comfortable. Working together. Because part of this perception is to see we cannot have walls. Walls do not keep people out. They lock us in. They become our prisons. But in our childhood, we didn't understand this concept. We had a childlike view of the world, extremes. It is quite understandable and right and correct that when we're child, we do need some care and protection from those authority figures, parents, teachers, family members. And perhaps we didn't get them. Perhaps they wasn't how we wanted them to be. And perhaps this could be our first brick in the wall. And perhaps this is not a weakness for you. Perhaps it's a strength that despite not receiving the love, the care, the attention, you came through it. You managed. You coped. As we breathe, you can be proud of yourself. That's pretty awesome. I understand, and we can acknowledge the inner child believes that safety and protection comes from outside of themselves. But really, it's always come from internally. And have we ever honoured that innocent misunderstanding? There's no blame here. There's no comparison. There's no judgment. As we breathe, perhaps we can even experience the confusion of the inner child. But the truth is, it managed, it coped, it came through. It has an innate strength, an inner knowing. And if it believes it's vulnerable, it's questioning its own strength. I understand that the inner child has believed a need to be hyper-vigilant, to reach perfection, to overthink, to look at worst-case scenarios. It's been searching all of its life for those protective habits, trying to create a utopian idea that reality, life, will be the way that it would want it to be, the natural way, the way it should be, where it's never upset or hurt. But the truth, and it's always known this truth, that is not the reality of the world we live in. The world we live in has uncertainty. We live in the unknown. Could we just embrace the child for a moment and breathe? Just let the inner child consider that. They have always lived in the unknown. And despite them believing that they're vulnerable, the truth is they have great strength. An authentic strength that doesn't need to be protected by walls or prisons. the belief of being vulnerable has never helped. In fact, it's like pulling around a ball and chain, because it cuts off the path to that strength, to that courage. By remaining open and accepting the uncertainty of the unknown, it locks itself away. Maybe this is another brick that the child can consider in its wall of protection. So as it looks around externally for someone to guide it, someone it can trust, perhaps all it can really trust is you. You are the person that will be with that inner child from the moment we come into the world until we leave. You will always be together. And maybe those walls have been creating a separation inside of you. And we can affirm truly, honestly, that you are safe. You are strong. You can cope. And above all, you're not alone. And when we step back and widen our perception, we see that the walls of vulnerability have only magnified the emotion of fear. As we grasp harder for security, the more elusive it becomes, because it can't be there. We can only trust in ourselves, trust in our innate wisdom, that inner knowing that the walls of protection have stopped us reaching and listening to. And again, this is why a meditation can help, because together now we can breathe. We can relax our shoulders, and we can listen to that inner truth, that liberation. That we don't need to control the unknown and the uncertain, because quite simply we can't control it. But we can control ourselves. We can strengthen that bond. We can allow our energy to flow, to be authentic, to be true, to be honest, to have integrity. And above all, we can be mindful of our self-talk. Because the self-talk are the bricks that build these walls of separation. Words and phrases like, I'm not good enough. It's not true. It's never been true. I can't cope. That's definitely not true. You're a coping machine. Or I'm unlovable. And that's probably one of the biggest bricks. That wonderful, magical feeling of love is only something that you can create. And when we recognize these bricks of illusion that build the walls and see them for what they are, they're much easier to take apart, brick by brick, slowly. We don't rush the inner child. We don't rush our little one. We do it at their speed. But we don't get drawn into the illusion. We keep them in truth, honesty, and integrity. And we do that simply right now. Right now you can do that. just breathe. And if you experience the inner child's resistance or pulling you away or going onto the familiar bricks of I can't cope, I'm not good enough, you just breathe and give them a hug and tell them the truth. We have always coped. We always will cope. We are inherently lovable. And we're good enough just by being ourselves. Nobody has the authority to tell us who we are. And by doing this, we can become the loving parents our inner child has always craved. But we can do it with kindness, with patience, with curiosity rather than criticism. And this is a trap I want you to be aware of. I call it CCJ. Criticizing, comparing, and being judgmental. To really hold the inner child's hand, because it will test you. Don't fall into CCJ. Instead, you could ask it a very open question. Why do you believe you're vulnerable? Where does this come from? What's the evidence that you are vulnerable? And then we listen, without judging. And we try and understand. What's the foundation of these beliefs that have been affecting your life? Why is it so difficult for the inner child to trust you? And looking outside of you to trust some stranger? And this is where meditation and patience can be life-changing. As we gently take apart these faulty beliefs, the truth shines through like a lamp of wisdom, a lamp of spirit, and self-trust blossoms like a seed reaching out for the light. And we really start to meet and understand our little one. And we can address the issues that have been unresolved for so long, but we address them with love, with truth and kindness. There's no rush. We let it grow organically. We honor ourselves and our child. And with each moment of softness, those bricks that have separated us, we can use them to build a bridge to oneness between our inner child. And this is freedom. This is truly letting go. This is you being authentic. This is you giving yourself time. This is you looking inwards with loving self-inquiry, with no judgments, no criticisms, no comparing. So as we meditate and we give our child time quietly in our mind, we can reassure it with the truth. We are whole. We are capable. We are lovable. This is our unique path. Let us believe in ourselves. Let us stay open in our hearts and our minds. Let us walk with very small steps. And sometimes we'll take 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. And that's okay, because we're making a net gain. And at these beginning stages, when you're talking to your child, reduce your expectations. Because maybe all it needs is a truth. Embrace the truth. And choose truth over fear. Acknowledge and accept your ability that you've always coped. Accept who you are, lovable exactly who you are. Release any illusion of perfection, people-pleasing, trying to meet other people's expectations. And above all, honor your wisdom, your uniqueness. And accept that we live in the unknown. We can't control external, but we can control how we respond. And above all, believe in yourself, what you already have. For instance, your resilience. Just by listening to this meditation, this must be something you've been addressing for a long time. Your resilience, your determination. Shine that light through the fear, and you'll find the fear will disappear. And I'll leave you with this. Your value in your worth, that I call Shen, your spirituality, is not open for debate. It cannot be added to, not subtracted away from. It's yours, it's your birthright. It's beyond the contact of any other human being, parents, family members. They can't touch your innate Shen, your innate worth and value, because this is your life, unique to you. There is no one in the universe like you. And I believe, and I hope soon you will believe, that you are a radiant being of infinite possibility. And so breathe. And just take the next small step. And if you're ready, I gently count you out of this meditation. But again, don't rush. Don't force. Step by step, coming back into the room, focused, in control. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. I would always recommend giving yourself a little shake so you come back into this moment. I thank you very much for sharing this meditation with me. I enjoyed it. I hope you did. If you just got some encouragement, the main thing is to believe in these small steps. Even if you listen to this meditation or just did a few affirmations for yourself once a day, don't criticize the child. Believe in yourself. And trust yourself. So until we meditate again, thank you for sharing this time. Yi Dao, Qi Dao.